And we are live. Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. Really great to see people already here in the chat. Kaya Noel, I am actually going to come to you. You're going to be my first one, okay? Because I just read your thing saying that no one's ever taken your question before. I got to say it, guys, for entertainment purposes only. That's a YouTube thing. It's a kind of thing I've got to say. I don't entirely believe it. I entirely believe the thing's right. But Susan Kelly, first in tonight. Hi to you. Lynn Wilson, hello. Sharon Sipe again. Lynn Wilson again. Kaya Noel, good evening. Wicked Fairy and Earth Mama, great to see you. Hope you had a good day out in the garden with your singing bowl. Actually, Earth Mama, that sounded really nice. Debbie Fitzsimmons is here. Philip Corrigan is here. Keepers of the Light most definitely on the show tonight, my friend. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, everyone. Right, brilliant to see everyone. Seascape is here. Nicola Iaquinta is here. Or is that Iaquinta? I never know. One day I'll find out, no doubt. And Kat M, great to see you, Kat. And Julie Gagini, or Gagini, never sure how to pronounce that one either. But absolutely great to see everyone anyway. And thanks for coming. So we will get started with the Moonology card for everyone, like we always do. This ought to be somehow setting the tone of things for tonight. I mean, they do stick together, these things. Right, okay. New moon in Aquarius. Well, the moon is halfway up today. She reached 50% full sometime this morning around the time she entered the sign of Cancer. Moon's in Cancer at the moment. But never mind, this is what the card is all about. New moon in Aquarius. So that's the energy of the card. That's the energy of the moment. And it says, bring love into the situation. Just take a look at that one there. Okay. And that's a great Aquarian ideal, really, because Aquarians are able to really look far out. You know, that they come up with ideas that are far flung from what the rest of us consider to be reality. But it's actually great that they do, because it's part of the human condition to think, oh dear, I'll never be able to do this. I'll never be able to do that thing that I so much want to do. And there's a lot of influences, you know, the way the media is for one thing, but our families, our friends just can't really believe that, you know, amazing things can happen to people. But that's why we're put on this earth, and we are all capable of amazing. There's an advert at the moment, an ad that's on British YouTube saying you're something, your numbers make amazing happen. It's for the lottery. And never mind the lottery. I mean, they do great work, I know, but the fact is your psyche makes amazing happen. That's what really makes amazing happen. So there we go. Bring love into this situation. That's the way to get forward with your most heartfelt desires at the moment. And that's our first card tonight, and that is for everyone. Second try was correct. Gargini, right? Oh, okay, great. Well, hey, nice to know that, Judy. It really is. Okay, so right, I promised I would go to Kaya Noel first, right? So was I sent a check? If so, was it stolen, thrown away by accident, or still somewhere in my house, or something else? Many thanks, Andy, and many thanks, Kaya, for your question. Okay, that sounds like a tarot kind of a question there. So we'll bring out the Cosmic Tarot. Now then, I've got to say, Kaya, I can never totally 100% guarantee these things, all right? But it usually works for me, and it usually seems to work out for the people that I read for. So I'm sticking by whatever answer comes up here. We'll have a shuffle of the Cosmic Tarot, and we'll see what we actually get. Right, we've got the Judgment card. So what has that got to do with the price of fish, as we say in Britain? What's that got to do with your question, Kaya? That's the important thing. Well, the fact is, I'm really feeling very strongly like you were actually sent a check, right? The reason it's not there is another matter. I'm going to pull another card on that in a second, actually. But getting the Judgment card there has made me think somehow a judgment went in your favor. So, you know, you were actually sent a check. Don't know about stolen. Okay, let's have a look. I'm pretty sure it wasn't thrown away by accident, Kaya. Okay, it's very easy to do that, isn't it? Put something in an envelope maybe, and think, oh, this envelope is empty, and throw it away. I don't feel it was thrown away. Okay. Was it stolen? There's a question. Right. 7 of Swords. Oh, right. Quite possibly, Kaya. Okay. I can't promise this is absolutely right, but the 7 of Swords always indicates a trickster. Okay. And that trickster is kind of hidden. But the other side of it is it's never quite as bad as it seems, because one thing about whatever's happened, whatever the trickster has done, is it teaches you something and you end up with a good outcome. So it's going to work out. Quite possibly been stolen, but I don't know how someone could steal a thing like that as a joke. I'm sure it wasn't a joke, actually. But I feel you're going to find out what's happened. I feel it's going to come to you. I really, really do. And I got the 2 of Wands there as I was asking about that, Kaya. So that actually shows that things are happening. It also shows that there's kind of no new energy going to come into the situation until you move forward with it. So do something to try and investigate what's happened, Kaya. Okay, there is definitely something up there. There's something wrong there for sure. I can't, I've got no proof, no evidence that it's stolen or anything like that, but we got the 7 of Swords there, so I'm going with that one. I hope that helps you. I really do, and I wish you the very best in getting hold of that check, because I feel it was quite an important check. I don't know if this is your stimulus check that we're talking about, but I do feel it was important, and none of us has got money to burn, have we? So I really, really hope that works itself out for you. Thanks for your question, and thanks for coming on board tonight. Okie dokie. Right, so Donna is here. Hello, Donna. Erin's son is here. Hi, great to see you from your mailbox. Well, that I don't know. That I really don't know. That just didn't come up if it was from your mailbox or not. But we got the 7 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords is more a trickster than a thief. Okay, think along those lines, and I think something might come to you. Egypt is with us. Hi to you. Sorry, Twit, I forgot my manners. Please and thanks. Okay, Susan, let me see if I can find your question. And Teresa Tarin is with us. Hello, glad to join from Houston, Texas. Well, how are you doing, Teresa? Because things haven't been good in Texas, have they? Lisa Love is with us as well. Okay, let's just keep on scrolling. Little Baddie is here. I will come to your question, my friend. Okay, yeah, great energies tonight, Philip. That is absolutely true. Great energies tonight. Right. Hi, Twig. Can you please see if I will get my work shed I need soon? And I really feel you do need that, actually, Susan. Now, don't know if you're like having to work from home, in which case that's been going on for a long time. And I think we all started off working from home thinking this will be kind of a temporary thing. And it's just gone on and on, hasn't it? And I noticed, right, even though the vaccines are about now, and in so many ways there's an end in sight, more and more kind of people are really looking more deeply into working from home. I've been working from home for a very long time, actually, and I'm happiest working from home. I really am. But I think it's going to be the way forward. And I watched a video, it's on the Food Theory YouTube channel, and they were talking about ghost kitchens, which sounds crazy. There's no kind of spooks involved with this. With ghost kitchens, many fast food outfits in the States, and I think Canada as well, have been doing food deliveries only, and they've set up special drive-through bays for Uber drivers and people who are delivering food. And the other side of that now is if you've got a Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant, and you've got all the equipment there, there's no reason why you can't have your staff prepare McDonald's in there, or Taco Bell, or all the different ones, Chick-fil-A, that kind of thing. And that's why they're called ghost kitchens, because they're not, it might say KFC on the front, or it might say McDonald's or whatever on the front of it, but they're actually producing food for just about any fast food chain that wants food produced there. And that seems to be the way forward. And that seems like it's very much kind of keeping the working from home, keeping the isolation idea still going. And I think we're all fed up of being isolated. And I think we will be a lot less isolated because of the vaccines and because of all the measures that have been taken now. But I also think someone up there knows something. And I don't mean God, I mean someone in high places, in government places, in rich places, billionaire circles, whoever runs these companies knows something. So Susan, I'm guessing you're working from home. Card I've got here from here. Right. No, quite possibly. I wondered why I was drawn to this deck. This is Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell, and it doesn't seem to relate too closely to the question you were asking until I really look deeply at it. We've got Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, and now this is the bit I've picked up on, laying foundations. Okay, so the foundations are going to be laid soon, Susan. That's the bottom line. Now, if it's a shed, maybe it doesn't have foundations down in the earth, but figuratively speaking, work is going to be starting on it soon. So the answer to that one's yes. Thanks so much for your question. Do stick around. Plenty more to come. And yeah, great energies happening tonight, most definitely. Hi, Adrienne. Nice to see you. And you're scheduled for your first Pfizer vaccine next Saturday. Well, good luck with that. Very good luck with that. I'm no anti-vaxxer, by the way. A lot of people are kind of against the whole thing, and I'm really not. I'm watching with interest because there's been a lot of controversy in the UK, but I think that's because of the batches that we've actually got going on here at the moment. You know, so I wish you the best of luck with that, Adrienne. I think it'll go well. Nicola says, I agree, not really enjoying being back at work full time. I think it's making you evaluate what's important in life. Yeah, fair point. But then again, we can't really sort of get out of that whole work thing, can we? I'm blessed in a way, and it's a strange thing to say, but I have a long-term disability that stops me from being able to work. And that's a blessing in that I'm able to work because I can work this kind of way and I can do readings and stuff like that. I can work from home. I've been able to do that for a long time. So I don't kind of have to worry about that, or at least not at the moment. You know, I'm sure they'll start forcing disabled people back to work pretty soon to make up for all the money that's been lost in the shenanigans that's going on at the moment. Wicked Fairy is here. Hi to you. Andy the Taurus is still keeping an eye on me, and so I would like to know if he's starting to feel my love posts are directed at him and how he feels about it. You know what? I've done a crazy thing. Oh no, I haven't got a pendulum with me tonight. 1 second, I'm just going to look for one. Okay, right, okay, I'm not going anywhere. I've just remembered where there is a pendulum. It's not the usual pendulum, but a pendulum it is, and here it is. We've got it. Right, okay, I went off one side and came back the other side. I had to have a quick look around the room because I forgot my pendulum. Okay, let's do a pendulum question. Wicked Fairy there. Taurus still keeping an eye on me. So you'd like to know if he's starting to feel your love posts are directed at him and how he feels about it. Right, well, it's a yes in the first place, right? He is starting to feel your love posts are directed at him. I think he can tell. I don't think he can just feel it. I think he pretty well knows, you know. How he feels about it, well, he's certainly happy that he's attracted the attention of a good woman. He's more concerned within himself, you know. Does he really? Because I don't think he wants to treat it as like a casual sort of a relationship. I think it would be a big thing for him if it actually happened, and obviously it would be a big thing for you as well. So he's got in his mind to proceed with caution, you know, to be careful about the whole thing. Okie dokie. Right. Hey, thanks for your question, Wicked Fairy. So, your mum's better today, Adrienne. Great. 99.1. And fatigue. Well, still not great, but the tightness is gone. That sounds really positive, actually. So, you know, things are on the way. Things are healing. Things are going to be better, basically. Right. Okay. Diana Gonzalez sending love, light, and gratitude from Arlington, Texas. So we got 2 Texans with us for sure, maybe more. But 2 of you have said you're from Texas tonight so far. So Great stuff. I know you guys have really been going through a lot there, though, with weather in recent times. It's only in a small way, but my greenhouse blew away, and that's a problem because we have a short growing season here. So I only just have time to kind of get things planted, and they either grow or the greenhouse gets torn down by the winds, and I have to start again, which I've done. But I'll have a smaller crop of everything by the end of the year. That's the thing. So that was my sort of minor disaster that I had here. But yeah, it's really not been at all easy in Texas. I know, freezing temperatures among other things, because I was talking to Celtic Tarot Sheila, and she's in Colorado Springs, but she was telling me, well, was telling all of us in her videos, actually, some of the details about what's gone on in Texas. And I send my thoughts out to you all. I really do. Hi, Celtic Tarot Sheila. If you're listening, by the way, she may very well be listening. You never know. Okay, let me do some scrolling and see what's happening. Kat, you had a delayed reaction 7 days after the first dose of Moderna. It happens. I guess all in all, it's better to go through that and have the vaccine. That's my feeling. On a completely different level. Whenever I have the flu vaccine, I get a reaction, but then I never get flu, so it kind of works for me in the end. And it's always got to be good to know that things are going positively, Okay. I'm sure there's questions here I haven't seen yet. I'm scrolling carefully looking for stuff. Here we go. Seascape. First Moderna shot reaction was not pleasant. Will the second one not be so bad? I appreciate it. Okay. Well, I know what I think, but I'm going to ask the pendulum. Will the second one not be so bad? Got a circle there. It's a small circle. It won't be so bad, Seascape, but I think there'll be a little bit of a reaction, just much, much gentler than the last time, okay? So don't fear it, whatever you do, because once you've gone through that, you're absolutely home and dry. Now, it's not impossible that the virus is going to kind of mutate in some way, because that's what viruses do. But I think it's going to take it a long time. It's like an annual thing that viruses mutate. So as long as everyone's had their shots and is all immunized and everything, then we've all got a much better chance the next time it mutates, Okay. Something lighter today, says Lynn Wilson, asks Lynn Wilson, Andy, will I ever get the house I want and when? Well, that too is a pendulum question, but I'm going to do a card on that one first, actually. Let's put everything down. We'll go into the Cosmic Tarot. Lynn Wilson, something lighter today. Will I ever get the house I want and when? Well, that's certainly lighter than what we were talking about last week, Lynn. Most certainly is, but still quite a deep question, quite an important question, really, isn't it? Let's just take a quick drink. Okay. Let's cut the deck. Got to do some shuffling. I've just been told give these more of a shuffle than usual, so we'll do that. And again. And again. There's one come out already, but I'm going to do 3 cards on this, Lynn, actually, because it's kind of complicated. Right, we've got 2 cards. What is card number 3? Cut the deck, and it is okay. Right. I'm being very surreptitious about this because I'm kind of saving this as a big drum roll reveal. 3 cards for you on this, Lynn. Okay, right. First one we've got the Moon. Right, now this is by no means a bad thing, but it's an indication that there's a kind of a false light, It's not a completely false light because the light we see reflected from the full moon that we've got in this card is actually sunlight that's just traveling from the other side of the world. So it's a kind of a false light, but it's not a totally fake thing. there's definitely a possibility of getting the wrong information. That's what tends to go with this card. It is number, excuse me, it is number 18 in the major arcana, though. So it comes up when a thing is kind of on the verge of coming good. Just be careful whose advice you take about the house, okay? Lynn, right? And so card number 2 then. Right, 5 of Wands. So this means it's not going to be too straightforward, Lynn, unfortunately. But again, it's no indication that it's going to go badly wrong or anything like this. But there's going to be some arguments going on. And I feel this is like litigation. This is, you know, maybe lawsuits going back and forth. There's kind of, you find a good place, you know, and it is the place you want. But there's some legal stuff to go through first. Everything isn't completely sorted out. And there's ego involved with that as well. In the 5 of Wands card, there's some ego going on. So you're going to have to be quite diplomatic, I think, to make sure you get that house. And that then plays into card number 3 on this question. It is number 9 in the major arcana. And of course, that means it's the Hermit. Right, so the answers are within you, all right? And so when you get close to getting this house, which you will, you know, the answer is, will I ever get the house? Yeah, and I really feel you will. It's going to take time. That's the answer to the when part of it. And you're going to have to dig deep within your soul, and you're going to have to negotiate with people, Lynn. But if it's really what you want, and I feel you're going to find a place that really is what you want, just what you want, then just make it happen anyway, okay? Just take that attitude and make it happen. When I was looking for a place, I found this place where I am now, and it was mad, really. I lived in Cardiff, in the big city, and I inherited some money, so it's time to buy a house, you know, make the most of inheriting some money. And I'd just gone through this whole experience on Glastonbury Tor, which is an ancient ritualistic site in Somerset, not far from Stonehenge, actually. So I'd been there, and I was really drawn, you know, along ley lines, really. And it turns out this house is actually, there are 2 ley lines intersecting in the cellar just underneath where, well, I'm on the first floor, but there's a cellar 2 stories down, a basement, and 2 ley lines intersect under that. And I looked at lots of details of houses before I found the place. And I didn't come to this one for quite a while, because the picture, this was before digital photography, the picture was just of like the black outline of the house. You couldn't see any detail of the house at all. And it was only out of desperation that I actually came here and tried to find it. And as soon as I saw it, I knew it was the place. And it was really hard to sort out, actually, that there was a lot of legal stuff going back and forth. But I made it happen in the end, because I really I had to make it happen, you know. I really did. Okie dokie. Let's do some more. Hello, Twainer. Nice to see you, Twainer. Great. And Abantika Das. Nice to see you too. Right. I saw something from, where is it? I think it's up here somewhere. Lil Baddie. Hi, sir. Hi, my friend. I would like to know if my dad will start working for his cousin in the next month. Okay. Well, that's not a tarot question. Let's pop those down. I've lost my pendulum again. Oh, no, I haven't. There it is this time. Actually on the case with the pendulum here. Let's get a yes or no. I would like to know if my dad will start working for his cousin in the next month. It's given me a no, right? But it's a very gentle no. The pendulum hardly, the pendulum hardly moved. I know I'm cooking on gas when I get hiccups. That's a kind of sign of spiritual guides with me. So yeah, this is working. Okay. Now it's not going to be actually in the next month, but it is going to happen. Okay, it is going to happen, and it's going to happen by, and I don't know where you are in the world, but it's going to happen by midsummer in the Northern Hemisphere. And that isn't actually long. That's like in the next 12 weeks or so, it's going to happen. And as I've said that, we're getting a circle out of the pendulum now. and the circle is kind of growing bigger and getting more enthusiastic. So the answer is no, okay, but it's really not a no, it's a not yet, okay, and we're looking at midsummer for that one, little baddie. Thanks for your question. Thank you so much for joining us. Kaya, you've got the exact same magical forest hanging. Brilliant. Yeah, I love this one because it's got orbs in it as well. Makes me think of spiritual presences all around, which I'm sure there are actually. And I've moved my studio a little bit this week. It's the same room. I've just moved things around a bit because I wanted to get my guitar in because it's like an iconic American guitar that I can't play. And this is just a great part of the room for doing readings. It always has been. It always has been. So great stuff. Okay, let's have a scroll and let's look for some more questions. Chris Engel is here. Hi to you. Thanks so much for joining me. Sharon Lee, my birthday is in a few days. Any angel messages? Okay. My screen's gone really funny there. Oh, that's why it's gone funny, so I could put it up on the screen. I didn't know I could do that. Gosh, you find out all sorts of things, don't you? Angel messages. Right, let's reach over here and let's go into the Ask an Angel deck by Tony Carmine Salerno. And let's see if there's a message for Sharon. I reckon there will be. There always is with this deck. And the angels are always close, and that goes for absolutely all of us. The angels are always close, and they're always ready to work with us. We've just got to ask them sometimes. And that's the first part of the message that's just come into my head, Sharon. Keep asking them for what you want. And that's not start asking them, that's keep asking them. So I'm sure you know what I mean. You've got to ask them. They're always there willing to help, but it has to be your free will. So you're the one who has to actually ask the question in the first place. Right. Here we go. Right. Archangel Raguel. Okay, I got two there. There's another one in a second. But this is for you, Sharon. Archangel Raguel. And it says conflict resolution. Okay, so I don't know what that conflict is, Sharon. I'm sure you do, though. I feel it's more of a mental conflict, more of a working out what to do than people actually fighting. Or maybe there are people fighting, but it's not you, you know, and this is about people you care for, if that's the case. But resolution is close at hand, most certainly. Raguel is very good at that, and he's looking very serious there. So there is a conflict to resolve, okay? But let's take a look at the other card that came out, and it's this one. This is stillness, and it is Cassiel, the angel Cassiel, stillness. And you can see this lady is wrapped up in angel's wings here. They're not actually her angel's wings. They're the wings of her angel. Okay, so that's the answer, Sharon. Okay, take some time to be still and take some time to actually let the angels wrap you up. Ask them to wrap you up like this, and you know, give it some time, give it some meditation for that. That's going to help you to resolve that conflict, because both of those cards came out very much together. And we've got this turquoisey green here, so this is about the truth as well. It's going to let you understand the truth. So there's some kind of conflict going on there. And it's just a question of looking for the truth and eventually finding the truth, which you so will, Sharon. You so will find out the truth. Yeah, resolution makes sense. Great stuff. You're looking for work at the moment. Well, I wish you the very best for that. I really do, Sharon. Okay. Marcia Humble, nice to see you again. Thanks for joining us today. And Twig, you are so kind, and you're so kind to say so, Marcia. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, wrapped in angel's wings, Sharon. That's the way to do it. Okay. Right. So, Virgo Queen, do you see my boyfriend asking me to marry him by Christmas of this year or after? Oh, right. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Now then, let's just break that down, because there's kind of, it's a fair question, no problem, but I'm going to break that down into its sort of constituent parts. First of all, do I see your boyfriend asking you to marry him? Okay. So we forget Christmas for a second. Is he going to ask you to marry him? Right, that's a circle. It's a small circle. You might have to drop a hint. But he'd like that. He'd like that. Okay. As to whether it happens by Christmas or not, that's where dropping a hint comes into it. Okay. Yeah, that's where dropping a hint comes into it. But let's look at the tarot to just find out a bit more about what's going on there, okay? Will this happen by Christmas of this year or after? Psychically, I'm going to say after, Virgo Queen. I'm going to say after. That seems to be, you know, the energy of this. It's going to take a while. Okay. A bit like the message I gave to someone else about maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. It's not a no, it's a not yet, you know. That's all. Okay. So cut the deck, says my spirit guide. And what have we got? Right, okay. We got the 9 of Cups here. Now, this is really positive. In the old gypsy fortune-telling traditions, and one of my guides, the guide who's with me right now, actually, was a gypsy fortune-teller in Spain long, long ago. And she's helped me to bring this card out for you, Virgo Queen. And it's the 9 of Cups. It's the wish card, right? And the chances are you're going to get the thing you wish for when we get this card. Okay, and it looks pretty positive, doesn't it? It looks like a very, very loving kind of image, very loving feeling between these people. Okay, so I believe, yes, I believe you'll get your wish. The cards don't lie, and that's what the cards are saying right now. So thanks so much for your question, Virgo Queen, and thanks for joining us tonight. Okay, so now then, not sure what to do with that next, but I will keep on putting the questions on the screen. I didn't know I could do that, actually, and that is really, really good news. I'm just going to put this one up just for a second, okay? Because I've got to keep saying this as we go along. And Twainer was saying there, please show Andy some love, and I really appreciate it when you guys do, by having a look at this page that's scrolling now, coffee.com/Andy's Readings, just as it is appearing there. That is the web address to go to, and there is actually a link in the description below this video that you can click on to go there. It always helps. It really does. You would not believe the expenses that are involved in just kind of sitting here. It just looks like I'm sitting in my house, and I am, you know, and I'm loving doing this. It's great fun. But had to get some really powerful lights, had to get this microphone, which I'm loving using, actually. And it's great fun to have it. But it all costs money, and it really helps so much, guys, when people show a bit of love that way. It really does. Okie dokie. Right, Abantika Das, let's have a look at your question. May I ask what's coming for me in regards to business contracts in the month of April 2021? Okay, that feels like a tarot question as well. Okay. Yeah, there is definitely an S at the end of Andy's readings. But Twain is great. Twainer does loads and loads of stuff on here, and I really appreciate it, Twainer. Got to show Twainer some love as well. Got to show everyone some love. That's what it's all about. But what's coming for Abantika Das in regards to business contracts in the month of April 2021? And thanks again, Twainer. That's so kind of you to put that up. Right. Okay. Right, I've got 3 cards here for you on that. Let's take a look at what we've got. Right, I'm going to do the first 2 together, okay, Abantika? 8 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles is the suit of abundance. It's also the suit of the earth sign, so it's kind of grounded. And when we think of abundance, like money coming in or wealth of whatever kind coming in, and that wealth being grounded, then that is of the nature of a contract. You know what I mean? So this looks positive, looks very positive for it. The 5 of Pentacles is slightly less positive than the 8 of Pentacles, but it shows that the journey's happening, okay? So it might not go too well in April 21, but as you go through this year, it's going to get better, Avantika, okay? And what's the third card? Oh, second time we've had this one tonight. A bit of a fruitless conflict going on. It's the 5 of Wands, and it makes it difficult to get things done, okay? Now, what I'm picking up psychically, Avantika, is that it's going to be okay. There's going to be enough coming in regards to business contracts to keep you going, Okay, but it's not going to be real kind of top dollar. It's not going to be really fantastic yet. As you go on through 21, it's going to improve. All right, and big part of the reason for that and things being that way at the moment is just the way of the world. No one exactly knows what's going to happen post-pandemic, but there is going to be a post-pandemic. No two ways about it. That's how it goes with pandemics. They do end, and that's one thing that Trump got totally right, in my opinion. He got an awful lot of things wrong, in my opinion, as well. I will add that into the mix there. He got an awful lot wrong. But he did say, and he was criticized for it, one day we'll wake up and it'll be gone. And that's the true thing. And then things will get back to normal. People will start getting involved in contracts again. At the moment, so much is up in the air that no one really knows where it goes. But Abantika, that's for you. Thanks so much for your question. You know, I really appreciate it. Lots of questions about love and money tonight. This is a big issue with a lot of people, you know, and I'm not really surprised because those are the two things that are making the world go round at present. But right now, let's go to Cheryl Lundholm. Thanks for joining us, Cheryl. Great to see you here with us this evening. We got 30 watching, and that is really nice. So, hi, Andy. I have 2 home I am planning on selling this spring or summer. Do you see them selling? Single family home and a duplex. Right. Okay. I'm going to use the pendulum, but I'm getting some information already. Right. Single family home. Yeah. I'm getting a yes on that. The duplex, right, might not sell for quite a long time from what I'm picking up. But let's start with the single family home and do a pendulum on that one. Okay. Right. Okay. Getting a yes when I start thinking about late summer. Okay. So not for a while yet. Not for a while yet. Regular viewers will know my cautionary tale about my friends who went to a medium to ask when their house was going to sell. They paid him 500 British pounds. He said the house would sell in September. It sold in the September 5 years later. Okay. There is no time in the spirit world, and the guides and the friends and the angels that I'm working with aren't always, you know, they might give us a month, they might give us a spring or a summer, but it might not actually be the one this year, which is what we'd all really like to know, I'm sure. So proceed with caution, but I feel that the single family home is going to shift. I really do, because there are people looking for that, okay? It's going to really float someone's boat. But let's ask about the duplex. Okay. It's a nice circular motion for the duplex. They're both going to sell, Cheryl. Okay. I got a real strong feeling that they're not going to sell as quickly as you'd like them to. That's what I'm really getting there. Okay, but thanks for your question. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Absolutely brilliant. I'm really loving this this session thus far. Let's scroll a bit more and see what else is going on. Okay. And thanks, Adrienne. Yes, for entertainment purposes only. That is a fact of life. Who on earth is paying 500 to a medium? Well, Sam, they are mediums, and they are 2 of the best mediums who taught me. They've been mediums. I mean, they're very elderly. They're kind of in their 80s now. But they've been in mediumship really since the 60s, and because of that, they've been in touch, and they learned from the generation of kind of Estelle Roberts and Minnie Harrison, the great British mediums of the early part of the 20th century. So, you know, very wise people, actually, but you know, that's how it goes. It was worth £500 to them to know when the house would sell. But unfortunately, because of the arrangements they made off the back of that, they had to buy a caravan, and they lived in a caravan for a long time, actually. Well, for 5 years. And eventually, you know, the place sold and it all worked out. Let's come to, hang on, Earthmama, houses are selling like hotcakes here in New Jersey. Sellers Market. Sounds coolio. Earthmama, do you watch Tucker Upper on YouTube? It's this guy Tuck and his girlfriend Sammy, and they go around doing yard sales in New Jersey and selling the stuff. It's a great channel. I love it. And just love all the scenes of New Jersey that I see going on that. Great stuff. Okay, sweet baby girl. What we got? Sweet baby girl. Will the guy I'm seeing move here to my town to be with me in the next 3 months? Okay, there's a two-parter again. Let's do that as a pendulum question. Then we'll do a tarot card to clarify what the pendulum is saying at the moment. Oh, well, this was Derek Akora. He was 99% accurate until he started doing that TV show, and he just started making stuff up, you know. But he was pretty good. Right. Well, the guy I'm seeing move here to my town to be with me. Yes. Will he move here to my town to be with me in the next 3 months? No, not in the next 3 months. Hope that's not too much in the way of bad news. But let's do a tarot card and let's see what's going on, because you could maybe accelerate this, okay? You could maybe do something to make this happen in the next 3 months. I'm going to cut the deck, and here we've got 4 of Cups. Right, this is pretty good news, okay? The cups are the suit of longings and desires, right? What you've got to do is kind of be as realistic as possible and let him see that you're being as realistic as possible. Situation happened with me once about 10 years ago. There was a lady I was seeing who lived 5 hours drive away, and she wanted to move here to be close to me, and I wanted that as well. But I felt bad for her daughter. She had a 4-year-old daughter, and I just felt it was going to kind of mess everything up for the child. And I just ended it because she started looking at estate agents, real estate details, about houses in this area, and she wasn't kind of listening to me. So listen to him carefully, okay? It's a very good sign that we've actually got the 4 of Cups. That's the angel number. So ask the angels, okay? And when you ask the angels, sweet baby girl, that has the effect of meditating, okay? And when you meditate on these things, you get the feelings about what's going to be the best thing to do, okay? It's pretty complicated, okay? But thanks for your help, Andy. You've helped me out. Great. You know, all I can say, I have to keep on saying this for entertainment purposes. I totally believe in what I'm saying, but, you know, can't make total promises about that. But that's what we got there. Okay. That is very much what we got there. Okay. Twainer is asking, Andy, for Philip, Keepers of the Light Oracle card, please. And thank you. And thank you, Twainer, for popping that up there. Okay. I must talk a little bit about the development circle in a minute as well. Actually, that reminds me. But let's do a Keepers of the Light for Philip. Okay, and Philip, thanks for joining us again tonight, and thanks for all your support. Well, Sam, Derek Akora, right? He got famous by being really, really good at it. And, you know, I know a lot of mediums who sort of knew about him and knew of him, and some of them actually knew him. What happened? He married a lady who liked money, and he just had to keep coming up with answers that produced money and made him more famous, you know, and that's how it got like that. But in the early days, he was known for being superbly accurate, Sam, I promise you. People just find it really hard to believe in Derek Akora, because he would do things like there was this TV show called Most Haunted with Yvette Fielding and him. And they would go into these haunted buildings, and if nothing happened, Derek Akora would have a light bulb in his pocket and throw it at something so that it smashed. And a lot of people called him Derek Fake Aura then. But the word in the industry is he was very, very good, but his wife really drove him to want more and more money. Hope I don't get sued for saying that. That's just my opinion, YouTube. Okay, and it's for entertainment purposes only. Anyway, Keepers of the Light card for Philip. Hope love and acceptance. Hope is a wonderful card, actually. So take heart, Philip, okay? And keep on hoping for whatever you might feel is, maybe not going to come to you at this moment. Because if you keep hoping, okay, you can make it real. That's a real good force of manifestation if you hope for something. And it says, love and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. And this is the thing, okay? You got to kind of love yourself, Philip. So important to do that. So important to look in the mirror and think, yeah, I'm worthwhile. I'm good, because you absolutely are, Philip. Okay, it's very hard for any of us to think that, because we look in the mirror and we think, oh, I shouldn't have done that, or I'm not so good as I think I am, or whatever. But God makes us all, as perfect as we can be at the beginning of our lives, and the journey through life is to get closer and closer to perfection. And that absolutely goes for everyone. But don't give up hope, Philip. Okay, it's love. It's also acceptance, right? So just accept that the angels have got your back. The angels want things to be good for you. This card is pure gold, really. Some nice lilac amethysty color. It's not a very dark purple on the bottom here. It's nice lilac amethyst color. So that's very gentle kind of healing energy. Let it wash over you, Philip. Okay, and just when you're trying to sort of manifest good things to come to you, allow it to come gently, right? But do believe in yourself, my friend. You have got a lot to offer this world, and you are on a journey through life. Okay. Adrian says, don't forget chat friends. Andy's name will be highlighted in. Yeah. Good point. Good point. Okay. Right. I didn't actually know how that works, but now I do. And thank you, Adrienne. Okay. Let's just scroll up a bit, because I know I missed a couple out there. Right. Okie dokie. Right. Cheryl. I don't know. I did that one, didn't I? Right. Okay. Erin O'Nugent. Let's come to that one. My screen's gone really funny, but let's take a look at Erin O'Nugent's question. She says, hello, Andy. Hello, Erin. Thanks for joining us. It's been a rough day. Will I get to go home to Arkansas this year? I feel better now that I'm here. Okay. Well, that's the great thing about the internet. It's a kind of a worldwide thing. You can link up with anywhere. And I'm so glad you're here. I feel better now that you're here as well, Erin. I'm putting those cards down because I'm not going to use those just yet. What we're going to do with this one, yet again, I think we'll use the pendulum, and then we'll do some tarot to see what's actually going on with it. Will I get home to Arkansas this year? I'm still training this pendulum, actually. It's a new one on me, but I've misplaced my other two pendulums, and anything with crystals disappears when you're not meant to have it. So I'm obviously meant to use either this one or the other one that I didn't pick up tonight. And I guess I was drawn to this one for a reason. Right, much later this year, Erin, that's the answer. Okay, it gave a no at first. And when I said, what about much later this year? It gave me a yes. So not as quick as you hoped for, my friend. Okay, but it's on its way. Let's take a look at the tarot and say, why is that? Why is it going to take so long for Erin to get home to Arkansas this year? Right. I used to have a wonderful Arkansas sharpening stone for my, I used to do woodwork. My hand's gone a bit shaky now, but I used to have this wonderful Arkansas sharpening stone. Right, okay. 3 of Wands. You've got to get your manifesting head on, Erin. You've got to visualize it and believe it, yeah? The wands are all about getting things done that you actually want to get done. They're all about action happening, but this is very early in the suit of wands, okay? But you're not right back at square one or anything like that. This is on the production line, as it were. This is actually going to happen. The situation is developing, Erin. So drop down into that space of meditation if you can, and really pray for it, whatever you do. Okay. I know it's not easy for everyone to just go ahead and meditate. We get all kinds of things coming into our minds, all kinds of distractions come into our minds when we try to meditate. But actually, that is the first gift of meditation, because all those distractions make you aware of all the stuff that's getting in the way of you actually manifesting your dreams, manifesting your true destiny, and making things happen that way. Okay. Now then, I've had rubies disappear before. Are they crystal? Yeah, they are. Yeah, they absolutely are, Erin. Let me just spill my cards a minute. Let me just pick my cards up, and I'm going to see if I can find my bit of ruby. I think it might be within arm's length. Oh, no, it isn't. But yeah, ruby is definitely a crystal, Erin. Have a look up on the internet about it, okay? But it's a wonderful crystal, and it's very effective on the higher heart. It's almost the same color vibration as rose quartz, actually. So really positive stone. And yeah, they are crystal. And when they disappear, like any other crystal, when they disappear, you're just not meant to have them for the time being, at least. And then they'll turn up when you want them again. I had a wonderful piece of iolite. It's a big rock of iolite, beautifully smooth. And that is a very expensive stone that I got for next to nothing because I worked in a crystal shop. And I used it and I used it. And I always used it to tune into the violet flame, which is another wonderful spiritual tool of meditation that we can all use, the violet flame. And just put the violet flame around a difficult situation and watch it transform and heal before your eyes. And so when I lost my iolite stone, I really felt that, I wasn't meant to use the violet flame or whatever, but I've gone on using it. It's gone on working. I'm just hinting at my guides and at the universe now. I would really like to be able to find my beautiful iolite stone, please, if you wouldn't mind. Excuse me, if you wouldn't mind. I know roughly where it is. It's outside somewhere. I was outside in a particular place when I lost it, but there's grass growing everywhere around here. So you can't actually just easily go out and find things, One of those things. I hope I find it, though. Anyway, thank you, Erin, for your question. Okay. So now then. There we go. And the violet flame is so powerful. Yeah, it is. It's really super powerful, Earth Mama. Actually, it really is. It is the most powerful meditation I've ever done, the most powerful mantra. And I think it's worth talking about for a minute, actually, because I know a great many of you are, spiritually experienced, some of you more experienced than me. And I'm quite humbled that some of you have come along. But just in case anyone didn't know, the violet flame is a flame of manifestation. It's linked to the Count of Saint Germain, who is an ascended master. He's not a Christian saint. He was the Count of a part of France called Saint Germain. And he is the master of the ninth ray. He's a great alchemist. He's able to reincarnate. He's reincarnated many times. And you get involved with him and you get involved with the violet flame, and it's wonderful. And there's no point me telling you the violet flame decree that I say. There are different decrees. They're like mantras that you say over and over again. Have a look around the internet. There are lots of them out there. Choose one that suits you. You'll be drawn to the right one. That's always how it works. You get drawn to the right mantra, the right decree for you to use. And if you use it every day, you'll just attune yourself to the violet flame. And people pay fortunes to be attuned to things, but you can attune yourself to the violet flame because it's all the magic of Saint Germain. It really is. Okay. But the iolite may be affected. Yes, that's true, actually, and I hope I find it. But that's one good thing. At least it's lost in the grass and the soil somewhere, so it shouldn't have lost its colour. Right. Adrienne knows her crystals. She knows lots of stuff, actually. Debbie, I will come to you in a tick, actually, about your house. Okay. Spring has sprung here in Sacramento. Sounds lovely, Kaya. That sounds really nice. Yeah, spring has sprung here. Actually, I don't know if any of you saw my short video that I put up earlier, but I shot that in my garden, and it was just beautiful. The sun was lighting everything up so much you could hardly see my face for the sunlight, but yeah, I'm going to start putting up these what they call YouTube shorts. It was a new thing last summer. I've only just picked up on it, but you can make a 1 minute long video, and it's just a way of sort of saying hi to people, because I'm not doing as many videos as I would like to at the moment. But tomorrow there's a 5-card pick a card reading coming up. I'm going to upload it tonight. Later on, when we're all done, I'm going to upload that. And beautiful, beautiful day in the garden. You can have a look at stuff at the summit. At some of the stuff that I've been growing, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. Right, let us come to Debbie Fitzsimmons. Hi, Andy, will I be able to keep my house? Okay. Right. Now, once again, I'm going to use pendulum and cards, but this time I'm going with the cards first, okay? Because the cards will help me focus in on exactly what it is that's concerning you about that. And obviously it's in question if you're more than a bit worried about it by the sound of it. So let's cut the deck. Okay. Right, what we've got here is the Star. And because of the energy of the star, because of the overall meaning of the star, which is number 17 in the major arcana, very kind of intense, very kind of close to the heart. The star is a place of spiritual kind of comfort. And by being in that place, you actually have a lot of sort of manifestational power, I suppose. And that house, Debbie, is actually the seat of that for you in a big way. It's like your spiritual spot. And if you've ever read the teachings of Don Juan teaches that everyone has a spot, which is spiritually the best place for them to be. And it works like a portal. It wouldn't work as a portal for anyone else, but it works. I've got bad hiccups, so I must be on the money again. Yeah, it wouldn't work for anyone else, but it works for you. And this room, where I am now, is pretty much my spot. My spot is about 2 feet away from where I'm sitting, so I'm still in the influence of my spot. So your house, Debbie, is your spot, okay? So even if we get a no from the pendulum, what you got to do is keep trying to manifest it, because it is where you are actually meant to be, right? Use the violet flame on it if you have to, Debbie. I don't think it's going to be easy. Now then, will Debbie be able to keep her house? Pendulum, please let us know. Right. This pendulum does this a lot, actually. Right, but what it did, it gave me a very small no and then a massive yes. And that just means it's not going to be easy, Debbie. You're right to be concerned about it. That's the truth. I'm not surprised you're worried about this. And, yeah, rightfully so. Okay, but it is where you're meant to be spiritually. So look up the violet flame if you don't know it already. Get stuck into the violet flame. Put the violet flame around your house and keep on asking Spirit to help you with it, okay? And if you do that, it's going to be coolio, because we did get a very emphatic yes from the pendulum as we went on there. Okay. Right. Hey, thanks for your question, Debbie. I totally, sympathize with the. I can feel the concern. I don't call myself an empath, but I can just feel the concern coming from you there. It's going to be okay. Yeah, but keep trying to manifest it. Really important. Okay. Right. Okay. Now then, let us have a look at this one. Teresa Tarin. Andy, I was rear-ended by a cement truck. Sorry to hear that. That doesn't sound good. Inside my car glowed. There came a golden light. A few years later, I was run over by a boat. I saw a grey veil. Who was with you? Right. Now then, this is a most interesting topic, Teresa. I'm sure that in both cases it was angelic intervention, right? But a lot of people think, are they angels or are they aliens? Now, it's possible that a lot of what we regard as being angels are actually some kind of extraterrestrial life form who come here to help us. Not far from here, there's a little town called Ferryside on the west coast of Wales. It's not far from Swansea, and it's not far from here either. And there have been many, many reports of a very, very tall grey character wandering about at Ferryside, and he saves people's lives because the nature of this beach, seaside place at Ferryside, is that the tide comes in much, much quicker than people expect. It's just you're surrounded and you're cut off. And many reports have come in of this superhumanly tall grey character who picks people up. And that grey colour, well, we think of angels as shining a beautiful light, don't we? And, I dismiss nothing. I think the alien side of it is definitely possible, but it's a beneficial force. It's a beneficent kind of alien being, if that's what it is. It's either that or an angel, okay? Now, when you got the golden light, I'm sure that was an angel. That's how they work. That's the angelic energy, and that really is how that one goes. But for the grey light, well, I don't know, right? When I've worked with angels, sometimes I've tried to look at them and I haven't been able to actually look at them because the golden light is so bright. Like you say in your car, there was a golden light, rather than seeing an angelic form, you saw a golden light because it's too bright to actually look straight at them. And it's very emotional feeling as well when you look straight at an angel. But it's equally possible that this grey veil was to do with an angel who had actually dimmed his or her light so that you would actually be able to see what was going on. And because that was a veiled character, obviously you weren't meant to see exactly who it was. I feel there was a spirit presence with you as well, okay? But I'm going with angel with the golden light, and either angel or beneficent alien life form that was there to help you when you were run over by the boat. But there was someone with you, a female energy of your grandmother's generation, but not your grandmother. And this is on your father's side of the family. Excuse me. And I should have a cough button for that. I haven't just blown everyone's ears off who's wearing earbuds. Okay. Yeah, this is on your father's side of the family, grandmother's generation, okay, possibly a great auntie, but someone with mediumship ability, someone who is able to do mediumship and communicate with the other side, who is using that skill from, in reverse, really, to be able to be around you at that time. And it's because of her that I'm not saying it just because of her that you survived, but she had a very positive influence, and things would have been a lot worse if she hadn't seen what was going to happen and known that it was going to happen before it happened and get some positive energy going for you. You are very strongly protected, Teresa. You really are. Thanks for your question. I enjoyed doing that one, actually. Right. Okay. Is it, Adrienne? That is interesting. Well, yeah, I've got some dark amethyst, Adrienne, but I just find the energy's too heavy for me. But maybe that's just me. I just prefer lilac amethyst, I guess. Okay. Sugar doll, why is everyone in my family and I know have cancer? Me and my daughter die. Wow. That sounds a really heavy situation. I'm just so sorry for what you're going through there. I was in a situation where lots of members of my family got cancer and died one after the other. Okay, that chain of events does actually end sooner or later. Just one day my sister had a baby and I realized that we were having new life and new light coming into the world that way again, and that gave me gave me a more positive feeling. And then I had a massive stroke and nearly died of that, so it's never straightforward. But that cancer it's relentless conveyor belt of cancer. It does stop eventually. Basically, right, there is something in your family bloodline which doesn't respond well to microwave energy. And I don't mean just like a microwave oven. I mean, there's a lot of microwave energy going around the world at the moment. It's always there in the atmosphere. I don't even necessarily mean the internet and that kind of thing. I feel strongly, Sugar Doll. I don't think that you and your daughter are going to die. You know, that's really what I get, is that you won't actually die of it yourselves. But obviously, there's been a lot of it in your family. Let's take a look at 3 cards which have fallen on the floor, so they mustn't be meant to be for you, Sugar Doll. Okay. Right, 7 of Cups. This has a lot to do with, longings and desires, and it's making me think you want to keep trying to manifest a good outcome here. You want to, very rosy language. What I'm saying, Sugar Doll, is keep believing that things can be good, or if you stop believing that things can be good again, try, my friend, try and get back to believing that things can be good again. She did die, your daughter. I'm so sorry about that. But it says me and my daughter, and it's not going to happen to you, Sugar Doll, okay? Because there is something to really live for, something to keep going for here, okay? Middle card we've got is the Sun, and this is the heart of the matter because I'm doing 3 on this. And it means what it says. Things are positive. Good things are ready to actually happen, okay? So you are going to come out of the other side of this cycle of people dying. But the next card is the Hanged Man. So it's going to take some time, okay? It's literally, it's hanging about, and it may take you some time to get rid of it. Really sorry you're going through that, okay? And she did die. Do you sort of hear from her spiritually, Sugar Doll? I get the feeling that now and again she shows you signs, and your dog as well. Oh, that's so bad. Poor doggy. Right. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, just as you type that in, I'm sure that your dog is actually around you spiritually. I'm sure your daughter is as well. But what I'm saying is I'm sure that your dog actually gives you signs. Yeah. Maybe you smell your dog sometimes, something like that. But something of that, you get that sense of your dog and you ask yourself, could that be really him? And, or her? And it actually is, right? But as for your daughter, you're saying your house is haunted. Well, I don't feel it's terribly bad energy, Sugar Doll. Okay. And, it feels very spooky when we have a lot of spirit people around us. And you are a bit of a magnet for spirit people. I'm not saying it's your fault, but you do have a lot of spirit people around you. And your husband died as well. Right. So that's what you mean, everyone in your family. Yeah. And that's terrible, but they'll be close, they'll be close, my friend. And what you're going through at the moment is just a really, really hard time. And see, there's really no way through it. We sometimes say if you can't get over it, go through it. There's really no way through it for you, but you can actually get past it. Just the passage of time will take you past it, and that's how things are going to heal, and that's how you're going to find a new way. As I say, it happened in my family. I lost both my parents. I've only got one relative left, who's my sister, and she's very kind of messed up because she's just never ever got over it, But you can, Sugar Doll. You really can. Okay. You've got a lovely positive YouTube name there, actually. And, I'm sure that you're very kind of regarded as a real sweetie by the spirit people who are around you. They enjoy being around your energy. They really do. But no, please, my friend, they never, ever leave us. Okay. They go to a much higher vibrational rate. They are healed of everything. Everything heals on the other side. And they stay close because they love us and they love you. Okay. Wish I could be more emphatic about that and maybe give you some more hope. But all I can tell you is you will get past this. Okay. It's just a matter of time, and you'll find a place in your heart for all these people, and you will go on and on yourself. You really will. Celtic Tarot Sheila is here. Hello. Hello, sweet Andy. Hello, sweet Celtic Tarot Sheila. Really, really glad you could join us this evening. or this afternoon, as it probably is in your part of the world. I'm going for it a bit earlier tonight because I just seem to just run out of energy a bit too quickly, really, when I was going later. So I sort of moved it, and that's 2 hour difference now because we're not on daylight saving yet. But hey ho, next Sunday the clocks change over here, and so it'll be an hour later than this for you in the States and Canada, but it'll be the same time for me, so I guess that's going to work out. But great to see you, Sheila, and great to watch your videos as well. If you haven't watched Sheila's videos, guys, go along and watch them because they are well good. They are well entertaining and interesting and everything. Hey, Joe, nice to see you. Just doing some scrolling here to see what's going on. By the way, Bathrobe Tarot, Danny Shea and I are going to do a thing together. I think it's going to be next Saturday, and I think it's going to be on his channel. We're still talking about it because he's got a lot going on at the moment, but I'm loving the idea of doing a collaboration with Danny Bathrobe Tarot because his channel is great. And he just does great stuff. It's so it's a joy to watch. Lovely, gentle energy. Okay. Very we good. G Kim is here. Hi to you. Good to catch you live. Good to be caught live by you, G Kim. Thanks for coming in. Do I have a PO box or mailing address? Well, I haven't put one up, but I might just do that. Okay, I'll add something into the description afterwards. All right, because that would be really nice, actually. And if anyone wants to send me some hostess mini donuts, please feel free because I absolutely love them. Okay, simply me. Here we go. Will my boyfriend buy me a new cell phone and pay the monthly bill? Wow. I could do with a girlfriend who did things like that, simply me. I really could. Okay, let's start with a pendulum, and I just know we've got to do an oracle card after this. Okay, let's just get a yes or no from the pendulum. Will he buy you a cell phone? Not for a little while. Okay, you're going to have to ask him in a more gentle way, all right? Or drop hints, but be quite gentle about it. Okay, will he pay the monthly bill? The pendulum's just hanging there doing nothing. It's not giving me a no. It's not giving me a yes. Okay, you got to sweet talk him some more, simply me. That's what's got to happen. You got to sweet talk him some more. And then we're looking at a yes. We're also going to look at an oracle card and just take a look into your situation with your boyfriend there and see what's happening. Okay, so we're going into Doreen Virtue's Ascended Masters cards here. These are a much earlier version, really, of Keepers of the Light. Slightly different characters in this, but very much the same energy. And like the Keepers of the Light, they are all ascended masters. They are people who have lived this reality and done good on this earth as they went along. Okay, what we've got then for you, simply me, is... Keep dropping them. I'm a terrible shuffler, by the way. I should have like a safety net down here somewhere to catch the cards when I drop them. Flow of prosperity, Lakshmi. Okay. Now, she is the Indian goddess of the flow of prosperity, obviously. And there's a sort of milk of human kindness that gets flowing when Lakshmi is involved. Okay. And a flow of prosperity is going on. And that is why I'm thinking it's going to take time, and it wasn't very emphatic answers there, okay? Because the flow of prosperity affects you here two ways, all right? Think about what you could do towards helping him to buy you a new cell phone. Could you put some money in? Could you offer to put some money in? Put it that way. If that's not possible, fair enough, but kind of it's much easier to get someone to help you if you've tried, if you've sort of done your best, rather than just say, please help me. Okay. And that will speed up the flow of prosperity. That's like putting your own positive energy into it. And that is more likely to make it happen. But it is flow of prosperity. So it's looking good. Okay. And in time to come, there will be more money available, not just for him to help you out with that, but for you too. You're going to turn a corner. I'm sure of that, because the flow of prosperity is good. But it's important not to like hoard up the prosperity. A lot of people do that. They just kind of good things come in and they think, I'm saving this for another time, because for a rainy day, because you never know what's going to happen. Well, use the energy while it's there and while it's real. That's what you've really got to do. That will actually keep it flowing. Okay. Right. John Breck, thanks for joining us. Thank you for your question. Looks like an intense one, this. Right, serious question time. Is my neighbour being cruel to his dogs, and what should I do? Send pink light and love to them. They cry or howl so much. There's more to it than that, okay? It's mainly that they're not really happy actually being with your neighbour. I don't feel that your neighbour is actually being cruel to them, right? But we'll ask the pendulum in a second and see if we can get some progress on that. But I feel that they've had to move. They've had to be moved from somewhere where they were much happier, and they don't understand. But I don't feel he's being cruel to them. Okay, let's just ask this now. Okay. So is John Breck's neighbour being cruel to his dogs? Right, let's hold it up a bit higher where you can see it. All right, it's a no from the pendulum, but it's a very gentle kind of a no. His dogs are in a cruel situation. That's where they're crying. That's why they're crying. That's why they're howling so much, because they keep hoping they can go back to the situation they were in before. I don't know if he's had them a long time or not, but it's not the best place. They'd love to be somewhere else, but I'm really getting a no that he's being cruel to them. Okay, it's very difficult to cope with when that's going on, isn't it? I've lived next to people who are cruel to dogs, and it's absolutely horrible. So kind of try and detach, but for goodness sake, keep an eye on that if you can. Don't just let it go. But I don't feel your neighbour's actually being cruel to them, my friend. I really don't. But thanks so much for your question. Right, now then. Joe Mayhew, I'm coming to you. Okay, I'm just going to quickly do that. And then let's have a look. Okay. Celtic Territory, we had 70 degrees yesterday, and now it's snowing in Colorado for the next 3 days. Spring is here. Sounds wonderful, Sheila. And I've cheated. In your video, you have things growing and you were watering them. And in my video tomorrow, I've got things growing, but I bought things that were already growing. That's kind of how I did it. A little bit tricky there, but I managed it not to be outdone. Hello, Rupali. So good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Okay. Joe Mayhew, thank you for joining us. Great to see you here. Please, can you answer this question? Am I going to be able to be with my fiance before the end of the year? Let's take a look at what the pendulum says. Good pendulum question, that. We'll give it a second to settle. As I always say, right, for entertainment purposes only, I am deadly serious about what I do, and I stand by these things. Okay, but I can never give 100% guarantee on anything. Right, what we got then? It's dipping and diving all over the place, Joe, but it's not giving me a clear circle for yes. It's not giving me a clear back and forth for no. It's kind of doing a bit of both yes and no. So the situation's up in the air, isn't it? Let's do an oracle card. In fact, no, let's do some. I'll do you 3 tarot cards on this, Joe. Okay, because I know this is really playing on your mind a lot at the moment. Okay, so what have we got? Card number 1, card number 2, They're all backwards. Oh, well, card number, that won't do for card number 3 because it's not a tarot card. Give me another tarot card, please. What are you got? Okay. Come on. Right. Okay, here we go, Joe. 3 cards. Right, now then. First card, the Empress. Okay. Now you might even know what this card means, Joe. I don't know, but it's positive. I get a feeling of travel with this card for you as well, Joe. Okay. So traveling looks positive, and I know, guys, everyone's saying, oh, that's not what the Empress means. I know, but that's the psychic thing that's coming in with this card for me at the moment. Okay. Travel is involved, and travel is looking positive, but we're into the flow of prosperity here when we look at the Empress. This is like natural resources, that kind of thing. Okay, so what it's really saying is nature is in tune with this. Okay, but the pendulum was very inconclusive, so I don't know about before the end of the year. Next card we got 2 of Swords. Now, right, this is like you've got to make a blind decision. Okay, you're not going to know any more information basically before you actually make your own decision about what you're going to do about this. Okay, you're going to have to kind of leave it in the hands of fate, Joe, and just go for it, mate. That's all I can say. 2 of Swords is like that. Yeah, this character is sitting here by the trees, looking like wistfully down at the ground. Let me take a closer look at that. It's looking kind of down at the ground, really. And yeah, there's just no more information. When we get a sword card, it is about making a decision. Okay, there's just no new information. It's all by the light of the full moon there. And the birds at the top of this card are making a symbol very much like an upside down Libra sign. So it is about getting things into balance, and it's saying things are a bit out of whack at the moment. But oh, this is nice. 9 of Cups, second time we've had this one tonight. 9 of Cups, the wish card says it says you're going to get what you wish for. Okay, but you've got to be careful what you wish for at the same time. Okay, so Joe, I would say go for it, mate. I really would. Right, the Empress is a real good indication. 2 of Swords says there's no new information going to come in and just make it happen. You're going to have to make it happen yourself. 9 of Cups says it's all pretty good. So I hope that helps you, Joe. And thanks for joining us tonight, and thanks for your question. Okay. Right, here we go. Christina A, what's keeping Ivan? We say that Ivan in Wales, so I don't know Ivan or Ivan. What's keeping him from trusting his own intuition when it comes to him and me? Right, okay. That sounds very tarot, but I'm going to change the decks, okay? Decks kind of get burned out a bit sometimes, so it's good to have 2 around when you're doing rapid fire blitzy tarot questions, which is what this is all about. What have we got here? Okay, that is the first one. I'll do 3 cards here again and see where we get. Okay. Right, first card anyway. First card is Temperance. Okay, what's keeping him from trusting his own intuition is, well, not all of us trust our intuition about anything. You do, I do, because we're like tarot people, we're like psychic people, we're interested in these things and we believe in them. He doesn't believe it quite so much. He might be that kind of person, but he just doesn't have the same strength of faith. In time, I feel it'll come right. Okay, Temperance is all about putting things into balance, and it's when he actually feels that things are starting to go the right way, then he's going to trust that intuition a lot more. Card after that is the Fool, number 0. Okay, so it's like a long journey for him. It would be the beginning of a journey if he actually trusts his intuition and goes with the flow of what his intuition is telling him at the present time, Christina. Okay, and as always with the Fool, there's always a bit of a warning element. This is Tarot of the Sephiroth. It's kind of different to the traditional But rather than having a dog biting at his heels, there is an animal down here. I think it's a dog, actually. It's kind of standing back, but it's still giving him a warning. Okay, that's just, that's not that there's a real warning going on there. That's a perceived warning. That's how he feels that it's going to be. Okay, so in time, he's going to trust his intuition. It's going to work out. And here we go, number 20, outcome card, judgment. Right, that's pretty positive. He's got to trust his own judgment a bit more, but that is a journey, and that will actually happen, Christina. Right, I'm looking at a positive outcome here, and I don't know actually what it is you're asking me about, what it is, his intuition, why he needs to trust his intuition, what the actual issue is, and please don't feel you got to tell me, but it's going the right way. Okay, I think the heart of the matter was the middle card here, the fool's journey. Now, through the story of the tarot, the fool ends up at the world, at the other end of the major arcana, where the fool can have everything or anything and make that choice. And the fool can actually be in a very, very positive position. But it's a difficult journey for him to actually make a start on, Christina. He's going to, though, because we got Temperance as well. And we also got, this from the other deck, this just fell off. 8 of Pentacles, good abundance, okay? So, it's going to go the right way in the end. I'm pretty sure about that, Christina. Thanks so much for your question. Okie dokie, guys. Right, into the last few minutes of the show at the moment, okay? I'll try and keep these to about 90 minutes because my spirit guides have told me that's, they can keep the energy flowing with me for that long. And slowly over time, I'll get to go longer and longer. And then, Joanne, Andy, we both know what we think as the Prime Minister has decided that the COVID restrictions are staying until October. Well, you may very well be right, Joe. I really don't want to call that. That is like so controversial. I could get myself kicked off YouTube by answering that one. But quite possible, okay, because viruses mutate. There could be all sorts of reasons for that. There really could be. So, I wouldn't be at all surprised if you're right. Okay, now then. As Twainer says, down there, scrolling along the bottom, coffee.com/Andy's readings. If you would like to make a small donation or a big donation, hey, I'm open to it all. I really am. But that would be most welcome. Don't feel guilty if you haven't got much money or anything. That's coolio. I'm always happy to be doing the readings. That's what I'm all about. Looking for Rupali's question at the moment. I saw Rupali's question and I want to do it. Here we go. Rupali Khanna, will I get job in April month with my expected salary? Okay, psychic ability and tarot cards. I will do that, Rupali. Let's see what we get then. Okay. Tarot of the Sephiroth again. Okay, let's have a good shuffle. See where we get. Okay. So for April, we're looking for a number 4, really, aren't we? I'm going to bring 3 cards out. All right, let's put the others out of the way and see what the 3 cards of Rupali's destiny are. Card number 1, Princess of Cups. Right, this is pretty positive. This is about desires. This is about what you want, So it's not just the expected salary. It's what you want, It's the job and the salary. Looking like what you want. This is very high up in the suit of cups in terms of your longings and your desires. And you can see here, this lady's cup is overflowing. So that's the first one. That's pretty good. Heart of the matter. 4 of discs, 4 of pentacles. Pentacles, again, all about abundance this time, in terms of, more to do with abundance than what I was saying about the Princess of Cups. Actually was your thoughts and desires. This is actually abundance coming in a 4-square way. It takes a while, though, to build up to your expected salary. Rupali, it's, you're going to have to start off with a lower salary than you might be expecting at the moment. Okay, but it is going to grow and grow from there. I'm sure of that. And it's number 4. And we did say if we got a 4 card, we would know that we were looking at. Yeah, it's the 4th month, January, February, March, April. So that's looking positive for April. Okay, and what's your outcome card here? Another Pentacles card. Great. 7 of Discs, steady progress, making money, all looking pretty good, Rupali. Okay, so that's all 3 cards there pointing in the right direction, Rupali. Really, really and truly hope that helps you, and I wish you the best of luck with that, my friend. I really do. And thanks for coming aboard, Rupali. You're also one of my originals, aren't you? Because you were around about 2 years ago when I started doing live streams before Facebook changed the rules and I couldn't do live streams anymore. So always great to see you. Right. Always great to see you. Right. Sue Howell, will my... jumped out of the way a second there. I'm not very good at scrolling. Will my letter to the governor bring swift justice? Thanks, Andy. Okay, going to do a swift reading now with a pendulum and see where we get. Back and forth for no, circle for yes. Right, it's a yes. I've seen more emphatic yeses, it has to be said. But it's a yes. Okay. Hope that helps you, Sue. Hope that gives you some confidence. It says yes. So that's pretty simple, that one. No two ways about that. Beverly Spencer, thought I was going to miss you live. Yeah, I made it. Great to see you, Beverly. Thanks so much for coming in. And thanks, as always, for all your support. Okay. Right, guys. Well, we're sort of coming up to an hour and a half now. I'm truly sorry if I haven't answered your question that you wanted me to answer tonight. But, guys, honestly, if I keep going when I feel like this, I start getting stuff wrong. That's the bottom line. So let me just pop up here a second. Okay. And on that note, friends, I'm going to say thank you very, very much for watching. And I'm going to pull another card, okay? But we're going to go back to the old Moonology deck because we started with the Moonology card for everyone watching, and we're going to end with one. And this card, friends, is for you if you're watching the repeat as well. Not everyone can make it live. I notice the views go up a lot when people watch the show in slow time afterwards. Thank you all. You're all very welcome, and it's great to know that I'm reaching people. So this card is for you if you're here on the chat, if you're watching now, or if you're watching in the future. Okay. Gibbous Moon, you're very close to achieving your goal. And by goodness, guys, this is actually the energy of the moment. We have got a Gibbous Moon at the moment, and she just turned Gibbous today. She hit the 50% mark. Gibbous means it's the opposite of crescent, you know. Crescent is like that way, and gibbous is when it's bulging out, you know. So it's not full moon yet, but it's Gibbous Moon. Things are coming up, okay? Now, when you get a Gibbous Moon, there's about a week to go to the full moon. And this full moon is actually going to be on the 28th of March. So that's coming up next weekend. And you are very close to achieving your goal, okay? That's going to be different strokes for different folks, absolutely for sure, because we are all different and we've all got different goals. Some of us are maybe quite happy that we've already achieved the goals we wanted to achieve, but nevertheless, life is always a journey. Life always has a story going, and you are always going, as long as you're going through life, there's something to happen, there's something going on. Those of us who are a trifle older than other people, shall we say, often think, well, I've reached a certain age now, surely I don't have to keep achieving things. But there's always a plan, guys. There is no unemployment when you tune into the angels and the spiritual forces. There's always more to do. There's always more to come. And so just bear that in mind, friends. You are very close to achieving your goal. And so this time next weekend, it will actually be the full moon, the 21st today. So yeah, that'll be next Sunday. It'll be a full moon live stream. So brilliant. Looking forward to that one. Absolutely for sure. And I'll be here again on Wednesday at the same time, sticking to this time now, same time on Wednesday, friends. So if you'd like to pop in and join me then, we'll do some more cards. We'll get some more stuff going and it's going to be great. Please visit coffee.com/Andy's readings. New uploaded video coming up tomorrow, and I'm doing more of these 1 minute shorts. Okay. At the moment, I'm thinking I might start doing a card of the day, just a 1 minute short video on YouTube. So look out for those. Always more coming, and I'll be live at some point in the next week. May not be live. I think I'll be live on Danny Bathrobe Tarot Shay's channel. So looking forward to that. Always looking forward to seeing you guys again. Thanks so much for all the happy energy that you bring to this. It's going to be your anniversary, is it, Dwayne? Excuse me, is it Dwayne? Well, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Joanne, right, that's 9 p.m. UK time, okay? 9 p.m. See you then. Teresa says, thank you, Andy. Loved the readings. I loved doing them for you. I really did. Earth Mama says, thank you, Twig. You're the best. Well, so are you, Earth Mama. You know, I can only be the best if you guys are the best as well. That's how it works. That's how the energy flows. So thanks, everyone, guys. Look out for Bathrobe Tarot with Danny Shay. Look out for Celtic Tarot Sheila. Look out for the Oracle of Whimsy. That's been a recent discovery of mine. She is very interesting. And I'll see you again very soon, friends. Love and light and blessings and peace. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap.